All right, Goomba, man. I first and foremost want to just thank you for going through the scenario in which you spoke on the situation in Shreveport, and of course going into what led to Jaguar's arrest. What I want to do right now is I want to unpack some history about yourself. Again, you spoke on a lot to where you informed them, but there are some questions that this is more so like, I guess you could say fan service as far as answering questions that people are just wanting to know and just kind of getting to know. And again, there are some questions that have already been answered. Right. I want to go through there. All right. Whenever someone looks at a Jaguar Wright and hears her history and see what she was and also what she is, and then to hear, of course, about her escapades and things of that nature and just her life history, she comes back into the world, into the forefront, and now she is married. I want you to kind of touch on just even how you and her became either a couple and then what led to marriage. I mean, because I can see a lot of fans and I read a lot of comments where they're just wondering what is the dynamic between, someone like Jaguar and yourself, and how does that even come about? Right.
So, as everybody know, we met at the VFW. It's Veterans of Foreign War. It's a club that I'm a member of. I seen her there a couple times. I was up there celebrating one of my little homies' birthday, you know what I mean? So I was up there buying them shots. Watching the baseball game.
Yeah.
And I noticed her walking around, and my little homie kept saying, "Say, OG." It's like, what? Man, somebody keeps staring at you. So I know, I feel it. I ain't worried about that, bro. I ain't here for that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm steady watching the game. He doing what he do. He came over there again. "Say, OG, what? Yo, she must want you." I'm like, nigga, stop playing, bro. So I was talking African, me and my best friend, shout out to Mike, my partner, man. I mentioned him earlier about the Men Working with Boys nonprofit. Yeah. His first wife, she's Somalian, and we used to go over to his crib, smoke, chill, and he'd be watching Hollywood movies. I'm like, what the hell's up with this shit? Oh, bro, they got the best storylines ever.
Best storyline. 4-hour movies.
What? Part 1, 2, 3, and 4. You know what I'm saying? So, we watching this shit, and there we go, start imitating these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Great actors, great people, yeah. And I was sitting at the bar, and I was telling him, "Cousin, please stop it. Leave people alone. We are trying to watch the game. You enjoy yourself, drink your birthday drinks, and stop it." She just staring at me. Like, I know this nigga ain't no damn African. He lying. I know he lying. This is the way she was looking at me. I was like, okay. So there she go with the Yankee shit. Everybody know how Jag is when she gets to that level, man. Yeah. So that's that North Philly coming out, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Rich Allen Projects, you know what I mean? So she was doing that Philly shit, talking loud, aggressive talk. I'm like, yo, chill out. We trying to enjoy this game here, baby, and you just out here just yip-yapping. Calm down. What she need? What you want me to pay? Pay by tab. Well, I won't shut up. All right, fine. Here. Get her another drink, too. Here. Thank you, and whatever. And she kept, walking around and kept locking eyes. And she broke down. One of the sisters that know her, at that time, I didn't know anything was going down. I didn't know she had recently just lost her son, Giovanni.
Right.
And she was just breaking down because she was staring at the last spot that they actually together had a drink. You know what I mean? His drink was Tequila Sunrise. So she was just sitting there. She had ordered Tequila Sunrise, just sat it next to her. She ordered her drink and, started to drink it. And one of the sisters came over there and gave her a hug. Said, "Baby, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I'm sorry for your loss and everything." And she just broke down. And something inside of me just said, "Go give her a hug." It's like, "Nah, I ain't doing that. That ain't my business." You know what I'm saying? I'm not. They said, "Go give her a hug." Yeah. I'm like, all right. So I go over there, "Mother, do you mind if I give you a hug?" She just looked at me like, oh no. So she said, "Yeah," and I gave her a hug. I'm talking about she collapsed as soon as I gave her that hug.
Wow.
I was like, "Oh no, don't fall over. Please don't. Please don't do that, you know. But he was just so tough, and after that we we just sat back and chatted, went outside, listened to her music. I'm talking about it's like I've heard her music before, but this brand new music. I'm singing along with it, and it's shocking me that I'm knowing these words. Like God just put them in my spirit, and I'm just spitting them out, not even knowing what I'm spitting out. And we enjoyed that night. As she stated in many of her interviews, she wasn't going home. Even if she was going home, she was gonna end her story. And the sad part about it is, I was going to end my story that night too. I wasn't going to go back to my parents' home. I was actually going to drive. I had the plan to drive to White Rock, sit there, and just do it. I felt like I didn't have nothing else to live for. I went to war, came back home. My family's looking at me crazy. You know what I'm saying? Treat me like I'm just some war-torn veteran that doesn't know how to adapt in society anymore. Because when I left, we were strong. When I came back, it was just like me by myself, and they was all together. And that kind of fucked with me, you know what I'm saying? But back to me and Jackie. Yeah, man, Jag. I knew she shouldn't be alone, and I shouldn't be alone. Yeah. So we went to her son's apartment where she was staying, and I stayed the night with her, made sure she was safe. Yeah. And on top of that, I made sure I was safe, because I knew that if I did leave, who knows what would have happened to that sweet soul? Because she is so sweet. I love my wife. And I praise God for him putting her in my life and me into hers.
Would you say y'all came together based on like a trauma bond, like based on the traumas that y'all had experienced?
I would say that, but not knowing of it personally with each other. Yeah, I can say that, yeah. Yeah.
So y'all actually, it's one thing to date and meet somebody and kind of court them and, go through that route. But was it you wanted to marry her or her wanted to marry you as far as moving that dial forward?
I had mentioned it to her because she was in a situation at the time and it wasn't cool. I'm not going to go into that. That's her story, so she can go into that if she likes. Right. But it was the point that she needed somebody and I needed somebody. And for us to come together and actually have these conversations every day for 21 days, I asked her, I said, well, why not, you want to be together? Sure, you know what I mean? I said, so, okay, well, why not get married? She's like, no, we can wait. Grow on, At the time I was hiding about my damn PTSD. I was hiding about my medication. I was still working on my medication within myself, trying to figure out what it is. And I was scared of rejection. I was scared of being rejected again because I'm a veteran. I got PTSD that has trauma. To me, it felt like nobody was actually there to love me. That's why I felt, even my family. I even told her that. My family don't love me. I felt that at the time. That's before I got my help. And like I said, 21 days later, I asked her, she said, no, we can wait. I said, well, she said, because I'm not going anywhere, period. I'm not going anywhere. So we can just chill and wait, build that up, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, shit, since you ain't going nowhere, what's the big deal? Let's go and get married. She looked at me like, yeah, you're right. Let's go and get it done. So we got it done.
After 21 days of knowing.
21 days of knowing each other.
That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
We prayed on it. And God's like, okay, I put y'all two together anyways. It's not like y'all put each other together.
So I want to ask this. how would you describe your relationship overall with Jag? Like just overall, just how would you describe the relationship?
We have ups and downs. When I was going through my mental health and fighting, not wanting to go get it done, because all veterans say, yo, I'm fine. Ain't nothing wrong with me. Until you sit down and actually talk to your therapist, until you sit down and talk to somebody who actually listens, who actually has been qualified to deal with these type of things, you'll find out there's a lot of people that's just like you. A lot of people who think of the same way you are. A lot of people who thinking, don't nobody really love me, care about me, when they really do. It's you. It's you that need the help. And it's nothing wrong for going to get your help, because, it's going to turn you into a better person. That person that everybody saying they used to be around, they used to be around and everything, but since you come back from war, now you're a totally different person because you done dealt with real life shit that everybody else don't understand.
Right. Now I have to ask, because you came on our platform again about 2.5 years ago, to where, of course, you brought Jag. The stories that she mentioned on our platform from the first interview and the second, did she tell you these stories? Does that come up in conversation? Does all this, again, it's not...
Some of them come up. Like that Big L stuff, I didn't know nothing about.
Oh, wow.
I ain't gonna name these other people.
Yeah, exactly. But some of those names.
But yeah, the storylines that y'all know about and everything. Yeah, we sat down and talked about that shit.
Yeah. And
she let me know, such might happen. They might do this. You know what I'm saying? She gave me the game plan. I'm looking like, okay.
Did you believe her when she said all this? Like, because some of that, like, no way.
I used to ask her about some of the artists that I grew up on. How about this person? Well, what? I can't even listen to this shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you really? Ooh. Hollywood.
Hollywood.
What? Bro, it's weird. I'm telling you, the story she told me, I don't even want to go. You know what I'm saying? Just because.
Yeah. Man, so, and I got to ask, because on the Sean Davey Way show, he had, of course, asked about, Jag's sexuality. And of course, she had mentioned, hey, I'm bisexual. Mm-hmm. And then that commits to ask you, hey, well, are you with the what's your status on it? And, questioning that. Did you know of her sexuality coming into that, or was that something that you learned after the fact?
That's something I learned. Like I say again, I didn't know nothing about Jaguar. I seen a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
I seen Jackie.
Yeah.
There's two different. There's Jackie and there's Jaguar.
So what people will say is that 21 days, when you're at that age, there's a lifetime that you don't know about.
Of course.
But you felt comfortable enough to say, well, let's ride.
We're gonna learn about each other together as we on this journey.
That's amazing.
And you know what I'm saying? That's what I looked at, and that's why I adore about my wife. Because she could have easily said, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or we're gonna hold off on this until a certain point in our life. No. She was like, let's roll with it then. Let's go. I got me a partner now.
Right.
And I said the same thing. Right. I got somebody who really loves and cares about me, who's gonna ride with me 100%, no matter what.
Right.
Yep.
Now, so, and again, I'm gonna address this as far as just, questions that people ask.
Yeah.
And things that, we want to basically touch on. And I want you to kind of explain, your scenario, because again, some people may look at it away. And Jag was saying that I think she did an interview with Tokyo Tony or somebody else, or just during her incident, during things that were going on. And she had said, like, man, somebody sent my husband to cause all this chaos.
Yeah.
And we're breaking down the history and of what happened. So therefore, people could paint their own assumption or whatever. And to answer that question, we're like, man, my husband is not himself. Somebody sent him to cause and bring me hell and cause this situation to happen.
Right.
What do you say to that when Jag says that? And I'm not going to speak in her words, but if that's something that she said, what do you say to that she feels that this is not you when someone higher power sent you to start shaking shit up all of a sudden?
I don't understand that. Like, nobody sent me. No assignment for what? Like, no. Like, what is that? Like, all I heard was go hug her. That's the one that you're gonna be with. I've been praying for that. I prayed for that before I even met her. I'm talking about I was deep in the church, deep into the spirituality, finding myself with God.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm growing my connection with God, and we having conversation. I'm, Lord, please bless me abundantly. You know what I mean? I'm doing the right things I'm supposed to do. I'm going to work. I'm making sure I pay my tithe. I'm giving offerings. I'm being selfless service. I've learned that shit in the army.
Right.
So that constantly, that's always resonating in me. I was never a type to be like, yo, oh, that's you? Let's go. No. I want to know the inside. Like I said, I never knew about the celebrity shit, the death of her son, the kidnapping charges and all that other stuff her ex-husband threw on her. You know what I'm saying? The time in fucking Loose Derrick in Chicago.
Right.
The getting arrested from Morocco and back in Miami. Like, all that shit, that was brand new to me.
You're learning.
What? And I'm like, damn, she been through too fucking much.
Was there any point in time where you said, man, damn, I might need to get away from this situation? Like this is a lot to unpack, just personally from, maybe your humble beginnings. Or, I mean, again, we already talked about what you've seen and what you've been through. Were you ever like, man, this is
a little too much for me?
Yeah.
I did at one point in time. One point in time, I did say, damn, if I was an average ass nigga, I'd have been gone. You know what I'm saying? If I was just a country bumpkin, as he called it, I would have been gone. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I thought about it. But then again, I thought, yo, this is my lady. Why would I abandon my lady when things get tough? Like our vows say for rich or poor, sick or, for better or worse, sickness and health, till death do us part. So I take those words very seriously because it wasn't just vows to me and her, it was vows unto God as well. So I take us talking to God very seriously.
Right.
Because you're going to get what you ask for.
That facts.
Period.
Facts. So, Goomba, I got to ask, you did official King Payne's. I like, shout out King Payne. Shout out King Payne.
My.
Shout out King Payne.
Yeah.
You did a show and again, you allowed Jag's son, your stepson, Sam, to come on, in which it looked reminiscent of the Tasha Case.
Oh, you talking about Sean Davey Way? It went on.
I'm sorry.
It went on King. It went on King. Yeah. It was on Sean Davey Way. Right.
You allowed Sam to come on and speak.
I didn't allow Sam to do nothing.
Yeah, please break that down.
Sam wanted to do that himself. Sam heard me on the interview with Sean Davey Way and came to the door after I was finished, knocked on the door. I said, "What's good? Come on in." Yes, that I heard you talking on the interview. Who was you with? Sean Davey Way. Oh, okay. Do you mind if I say something? You a grown man, son. You want to say something? Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, here's the number. Dial it for yourself. I'm gonna leave you alone. I'm not gonna be in the corner. Right. You should say this. You said no. For what? That's a grown man.
Right.
And we're teaching him how to be a grown man because the people who he's with, they manipulated and I ain't even say brainwashed, but they manipulated his mind and his spirit and him by himself. They just did him wrong.
Oh man! Again, and as you said, just in case if ever something was to happen to you or Jag again, Sam has to
learn how to be a man and do his own thing. Yeah.
So therefore, definitely understandable. Understandable. The message that he gave, were you okay with the message? Again, I personally haven't watched that scenario, but were you okay with the message that he gave?
Yeah, I was okay with the message that he gave because he was being authentic. He talked about the time that he known that dude, that when that dude came into her lives, You know what I'm saying? The time that he seen that dude and actually spoke to that dude, and some of the things that dude had to say did not resonate with my son, my stepson. I still call him my son.
Yes, there you go.
My stepson.
Respect.
And he spoke his honest truth. Not coerced, not none of that. Like, yo, that grown man did his damn thing. Shit. He got a voice too.
Definitely.
And if he want to be heard, he gonna be heard. Just like his mama.
Now, Jag herself, she was actually able to make a phone call from where she was at after she was, after they, helped,
Yeah.
after they have her.
Yeah.
She was able to make a phone call, and then Tokyo Tony was the person to be able to put that phone call out. Now, one thing I saw Tokyo do was, of course, and again, I don't know if she had all the information or even if she watched this or, as it goes forward, but she was like, you need to leave your husband. You need to leave your husband. And what I noticed is that a lot of people were on that bandwagon train to say, leave him. Not again, not the Solar or do anything like that, but they're like, you are the issue. Leave him. What do you say to people that have that mentality and like when they're screaming that? And obviously, I don't know if they know the facts or they feel like they know the facts. Of course, they don't know the facts, but if they feel like they know enough to say, you need to get away from him, Jack, and you're her husband.
I feel like people need to mind their own damn business when they got problems in their own relationship that they can't fucking handle.
Enough said. Enough said. Enough said.
Next question.
Enough said. And with that being said, when it comes to even conversations that people have in regards, I want your take on this because you speak on voodoo, you speak on spells, you speak on hallucinate, the magician, hypnosis. Before this situation, what were your thoughts on all that prior? Where spells?
I know it's real.
Hypnosis. Yeah, go ahead.
Let me let y'all know something. I'm fourth generation Church of God in Christ, which we call Kojic, which is a holiness church. We speak in tongues. We believe Jesus died on the cross for me and you. We believe in the Holy Ghost. Matter of fact, our founder, Bishop Charles Mason, he used to, that man was powerful. You used to walk in his church at Mason's Temple, they used to have canes, walkers, everything. God healed folks in church. They got everything to show their testimony in a church. We've seen demons cast out, everything, man. So I know it's real.
All right.
Can't nobody tell me that's not real, it's not real. Until you've seen it yourself and you actually understand that knowledge, bro. You just naive, just like these skeptics about ghosts and spirits. There's no such thing as spirits. Man, you crazy. You think you just got on this earth and you here? Come on, man. Everybody been here before.
So I have to ask then, carbonation. Did you know anything or heard anything about carbonation prior to your introduction to like Solar and
Man, we did a little research and
so you
my wife and Tokyo, got on there with Shaka, and talking to him and getting an understanding of what's going on over there and how Nature Boy was treating everybody and how he's treating the kids. And, they was really on a campaign of trying to help these folk and get them up out of there because they seen the manipulation and the pimp tactics.
Pimp tactics.
That's a whole new pimp game, my nigga.
That's what it looks like.
Boy.
That's what it looks like.
I'm talking about pimping.
Down to the original form.
What? Till we got understanding of how things was operating, how they were moving and shit like that. Yeah, we picked up a little bit, we were just trying to help. Because she just started that WCW, Women Caring for Women. You know what I'm saying? And hearing the sex trafficking stories and the human trafficking stories and the rape stories and shit, that shit just pissed me off. as a man, you know what I'm saying? And it's just not just carbonation. This is just period. You know what I mean? Like just hearing all that shit and watching these women actually coming to help file bills and make laws to stop this human trafficking and the sex trafficking that's going on in this world that folks are just fucking dumb about.
Right.
They don't want to see that. They don't want to believe it, but it's happening.
Right. So I have to ask, and this is going to be, again, I want to kind of bring this home as far as, going forward. For those that don't know, Delphia TV network, which of course is Dallas, Philadelphia, brought together a TV network, which I'm assuming Jag did not want to go the original YouTube route,
right?
Instagram Live all the time. She wanted to kind of own her content without the
we wanted content without restrictions, man. We was tired of putting positive things out there, and next thing you know, they're gone. Right. Why the fuck they gone? Or somebody striking a channel because of some certain things that she said. Or they changing guidelines up to the point where now you gotta wait 30 seconds before you can say a cuss word. You know what I mean? It's constantly changing. And you can't actually get the truth out because it's a whole bunch of mess that wants to control the truth. Like, that's not how it works, bro.
Right.
Not how it works.
You said we, as in this is both of y'all's.
Yes.
Baby.
She originally had it for her and her son, Giovanni. And when I came in the picture, she's like, yo, no, this is our company. We're married. Let's build this together. I'm going to have a podcast. We're going to do all this stuff over here. You see, we're doing this WCW. Matter of fact, you get you a podcast, think about it and come up with it. You know what I'm saying? Help the men out. And we're going to help this word out together, baby. And we're going to make it a better place for us. It's not about no damn money for us. It's not about being famous, rich. I don't care about that shit. It's about service. It's about helping the community. Yo, you see your community going the wrong way, niggas step outside, say something. What happened to the old OGs that used to be, yo man, pull your pants up. Yeah. Be respectful. Help that old lady across the street. Help that old lady take her groceries in the house. What happened to all that shit? Now you look at these damn youngsters and shit, you scared for your goddamn life. They got sticks, beams, all this other shit. Like, what the fuck, bro? Switches and shit. Nigga, who y'all shooting at? Because y'all sure ain't shooting in the white folk.
Right.
What are you doing? Because then when this war comes, that I've been telling everybody's going to be here, but anyways, nobody listens.
When they see it, they'll see it.
And it's going to be too late. Then you can be scrounging around trying to survive. Right. But beating each other up, killing each other for what, my nigga? When we need all the fucking strength we can when they come against us. Because they coming. What they say in the old days? Not in the old days. What they say? History does what? It repeats itself. But then when it comes back, it's even harder than it was before. But it is what it is.
Understandable. Now, you said you were trying to, like you said, do for the better. And you yourself were trying to put together a podcast. And I love the concept of what it was. Can you kind of touch on that a little bit of what it is and what you wanted to portray and be? Yeah, so like I said, me and my wife, we talked about having our podcast to help people out. And the one that I created was, it's going to be, actually it's called King's Council. And what King's Council is going to have a panel of gentlemen, extinguished gentlemen, street gentlemen, any type of gentleman that's going to come around and can help each other out. Because it's some certain things that we as men need to talk about. You know what I mean? How to get our families back in order. How to get this youth back in order. How to teach them how to grow crops and be self-sufficient. And not trusting all this man-made, created silicone patties and all this other shit. Not the silicone.
It's time to go back to basics.
You would like for men who don't get an arena to speak on their emotions or speak on things that's happening to them, to be vulnerable. to be able to come on a platform on a King's Council on Delphia TV network to be able to open up to these scenarios?
Yeah, to open up to these scenarios because, you know, those brothers, we don't get a chance to actually vent or actually talk about these things. I mean, we do it at the barbershop, you know, there's the country club, you know, we do it at the cigar lounges, yeah, but we don't really get into depth in that.
All right.
We don't come together as a village or as a community or as a nation to actually put plans in order and execute them.
Right.
And watch us grow, such as Black Wall Street in Tulsa. I thank my mom and dad for actually moving there when I was young and to learn the history, because I'm a history buff. I love history, especially wars and conflicts, why they happened, what happened during the conflict, and what was the resolution of it.
You don't know where you're going unless you know where you've been. Period.
And I learned that at a young age. You know, going through the military, they helped me as well too. Excuse me, but yeah. So the King's Council, I want veterans on there. Yo, I'm gonna be talking about my mental health. You know what I mean? Like I said, we want veterans on there. We want law enforcement on there. We want firearm instructors. We want doctors, nurses, dietitians. I need everything. Because we, as a group of men, we gotta start talking to each other. Ain't no sense of us mean mugging each other in the street. Right. You know what I'm saying? We see a brother having a problem, yo, we need to go talk to him, and we need to learn how to talk to each other. So that's what the King Council really is gonna be about.
Yeah, no, I definitely subscribe to that because again, we don't see that enough.
Right.
And therefore that might start a chain reaction as far as us being able to just speak on what someone else is going through, because we all look at each other like we don't have shit that we're going through.
Right.
We just nod at each other, dap each other up as men, and we keep it moving. Man, if we could just only just unpack some shit that we're going through, it could only make us for the better.
That's it.
Not for the worse.
Not for the worse. Because I'm tired of it. Matter of fact, we just heard somebody talk about that, about how worse these niggas are getting.
Yeah.
And as that person said, you know, shout out big homie. As he said, yo, we got shout out big Scrappy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You ain't little no more, big Scrappy, cuz. You know what I'm saying? But we gotta get shit together, man. And like he was saying, yo, we gotta reach these people, or we gonna lose them. And if we lose them, yo, we losing our strength. We can't lose our strength, fam.
Right.
We gotta come together and do this as a unit. Right. As a whole body, you know what I mean? And get it done.
Right.
Somebody got to change these kids around, and who gonna do it?
Somebody got to ignite the flame, and again.
And it got to start with the man.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking the woman, but yo, it got to start with the head.
We need that back in our lives.
Period.
For the young ones coming up.
Yeah.
All right, so Goomba, I gotta, kind of bring it home on this, man. What's next in store for your relationship? Is it at risk right now? Can it be saved? Just give me your honest to God thoughts based on, the 4 years that y'all been through and the rest of the life that you may go through.
I'm gonna tell you like this, for me, because I can't speak for my wife. She's her own individual. But for me, I love my wife, and I will fight for my marriage no matter what, as long as I know she's going to fight for it as well too. And I will do everything in my power and beyond my power to make sure that I get myself together. I learn how to talk to my wife correctly. I learn how to communicate better and get my mind, my spirit, and my body right. So that way, my wife, I'm setting the example for my family. And that's the whole thing. I realized that I wasn't setting the perfect example, especially me not going to get my help for my mental illness. You know what I'm saying? For my mental health. I ain't gonna call it a mental illness because it's trauma. Everybody goes through trauma. You don't want to call it no fucking illness. It's your mental health, period.
That's it.
You know, because if you're not right in the head, you ain't gonna make the right decisions. If you're too emotional, you're gonna make fucking decisions, gonna fuck your life up. If you if you ride on your pride and your ego, you gonna fuck your shit up. And why do that when you can be humble? When you could actually use the 2 ears God gave you and the 1 mouth to speak. So that means listen twice, speak once.
Exactly. Man, I say this, coming from the most humble place, man. I was able to witness who Jaguar Wright is. Again, I had no idea who she was.
Me neither.
And then she came like a storm and then changed our lives, Changed it for the better. I don't want to say changed it for the worse at all.
Yeah.
We just did an interview with Michael Sean. Shout out Michael Sean for the CW33. And he started off the interview after everything we've done with Reallyfe and the Street Starz platform. His first question was about Jaguar, and that's the kind of storm that she shook up. And I just want to know, I just want her to know that, man, storms can be controlled,
yes, they can.
You can maneuver and, guide the wind where you want it to go. Mm-hmm. I thank you for being so honest and so open, because there's things that you might have said and did and spoke on this platform that people would try to dissect and come from a certain place.
Right.
But we're looking at the man here. We're looking at the honest truth. And
right.
I saw some people try to hide what their true reasons and movements, but man, you're moving in your honesty, and for good, bad, or worse, or whatever it is, you're moving in honesty, and I could only commend you, because we all shy away from that. We all try to sugarcoat things to make us look good.
Right.
You said there's been domestic abuse.
Yeah.
You said you had mental health issues.
Yeah.
You tried to get to your medication, so therefore you could be right. Baby, let's get home. And these are things that people try to gloss over and not understand that all these things, can lead up to, something that could blow.
Yeah.
And you understand. To fix a problem, you have to understand you have one, or if there is a problem.
You got to acknowledge it.
You have to acknowledge there's a problem.
You got to acknowledge there's a problem. And if you don't acknowledge there's a problem, you're going to be like I said before. Ain't nothing wrong with me. I'm just fine. No, it ain't.
No, it ain't.
Like, why you stand up? You got insomnia for what?
Yeah, I can't go to sleep.
I can't go to sleep because my mind is still rolling. And, I'm thinking about this and I'm thinking about back then. And every time I think about Charlie just coming around the corner. Nigga, you need to breathe.
Breathe,
nigga.
Hey, there you go.
Breathe. Calm your nerves. Drink some water. Let that liquor go.
So I'm gonna speak it into existence right now, man. I would like to see once we have Jag and you on this couch talking about the business of the Delphia TV network and where it's gonna go. I would love to see y'all, whatever problems that y'all may or may not have, are worked out behind the scenes, and then y'all come together. Some things don't need to be for the world.
Exactly.
Everything get handled, and therefore y'all come and let us know how things are.
Yeah.
Again, we can't see the future.
Right.
But we sure can try to paint that motherfucker the best way we can. So I definitely see that what you're trying to do is for the better, and wherever we can help in that scenario, we definitely want to be a part of, y'all comeuppance.
Right.
So once again, Goomba, I do thank you for coming through and sitting down and talking with us and sharing your story with us. And there's more to talk about.
Yeah, there's more.
This is just the beginning of something. So I don't want people to, this is more so just for people could see your face, because you
get to know Gerald.
Get to know Gerald. And therefore,
AKA Goomba Head, AKA Soldier, AKA Major Pain. You know what I'm saying? All that put together.
Man said he's gonna fight for his marriage. That man gonna literally fight. Literally.
She told y'all.
Literally.
Y'all didn't think Fat Meat was greasy.
Literally. Hey man, go.
I feel like the cat off of 5 Heartbeats. I gotta fight every night
to prove my love. God damn it, man. Goomba, man, I thank you for coming through, man. I appreciate you. I ain't gotta say that you're a real life street star, nothing like that, man, because you go beyond the street stuff. You're just a real man, and I definitely appreciate you, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Shout out Reallyfe Street Starz, nigga. Move it. Hey.